Work, 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 work. You see me happy work, 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 work. You see me do me dirt, 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 dirt. There's something about that work, 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 work. When you walk a line, 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 line. I'm in the cafe, my ta, 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 ta.
Hey, hey. That was turned up. I like that song. He be with it. I've been bothered. I just got the beat down.
Okay, guys, we're gonna go straight into this interview.
Eli probably looking at us like these girls.
So you been all day.
Because you know,
feel the energy.
you think we crazy in the cut? You
I think y'all yourselves. That's why like I vibe with y'all.
Oh, you look cute with your little arms.
I didn't see your outfit. You got
Yes, it looks so nice.
Yes.
I told him you gotta be in here dabbing. You got this dab swag.
Look at my dad.
Okay.
So, I want to know, what type of sound are you influenced when you're looking for certain tracks, you know, for your music?
Are we talking about like artists or just sound in general?
Just the different sounds, you know, like some people use hip hop beats or like pop or, you know, what production is.
I like that trap mixed with, I guess, 90s blend. Like, I would say trap beats with like 90s instrumentals on them, you know, like 90s samples on them, and they just rip them down. Like, it don't even gotta be trap, like it can be East Coast, you know. I like boom bap too, like I pretty much try to be versatile when it comes to my sound, you know. But if I had to have a main type, I'll probably say like trap with like some 90s samples.
So my question for you is, how do you incorporate your two cultures of Brooklyn and West Philadelphia into your music?
Well, I haven't really been to Brooklyn like that, but like my mom's whole style, like how she acts, she's like very energetic. Like she put that like bass in her voice. Like she's also Dominican, so like they're known to be loud all the time. Like she's always confident, she's always the life of the party, and her love for competition.
Right.
You feel me? Like she put me in a bunch of sports like football, basketball, you name it. She was always, you know, encouraging me to be confident. Now, Philly, I would definitely say the way I tell stories, like, cause I live in Philly, so everything I see is Philly. So my whole picture that I'm painting in my songs is basically going to be Philly, I guess, with a New York blend.
Alright, so explain, you say you was in a music group with your cousin and your brother.
I guess you could say we're like a group / label, Item 9, no pandemic, or Item 9 for short. You know?
Alright, so are you still part of that group?
Yes, you hear it in my song, Item 9, Ill Pandemic. So when you hear that, that's me shouting out my group. I'ma rep them forever. Like, we just a squad full of thoroughboys who rap and watch Dragon Ball Z.
So your mom, Brooklyn, father, Philly. I want to know, did they ever give you any advice? And, you know, to critique your music? You know, being as though your mother, you know, grew up in the era and everything, your father.
Yo, my pop is like the greatest snowman in the world, yo. Like, it's like, he keep his straight real. My mom the same way, like, they sense of discernment is like at an all-time high. That's probably why they broke up, I don't know. But like, you know, they see through your BS, and like, if you lackluster when they come to your work, they gonna check you. Like my pop, when we be in the booth, I'll probably do like 10 takes if I don't do it right. Like, nope, that sound corny. Nope, that's not how you sound. And like my pride be like ready to just be like, yo, like get out. But like I swallow, like you know I suck it in, man up, and it always comes out dope, you know.
Your dad is like your biggest critic.
Yeah, definitely.
That's good to hear somebody that coach you because they're not scared to tell you like, yo, that's way.
Yeah, my mom is more like my guardian angel when it comes to like situations, you know, cause she's really intellectual. Yeah, like she's really intellectual and she's been through a lot. She got her bachelor's in college, so it's like her mind is like she took me out of situations that could have been like detrimental to the fullest. Like when it came to money, she be like, no, don't do that. That's a scam. Rip that check up that came in the mail. That's not real. I be like, dang, like this joint say like $2,000 something on it. Why I gotta rip it up? And you know, but I be listening to her, and you know.
So So, now in your bio, I read that they were both hip hop heads or whatever. So, do either of them rap like themselves? Would we catch them on a feature on one of your songs ever?
A little fun fact about my dad. My dad was an MC back in his day. Like I see in his 20s, he was in a group called Legacy. They opened up at the Armory for Brand Nubian at the time. They killed it so crazy, Brand Nubian was ready to sign him. My dad and the whole group. And, you know, situations occurred where he had to choose something else over his music, so he wasn't able to get signed, you know. But yeah, though, my pop, he's still dope. He kind of like the master that's teaching the pupil, which is me. Like I came in with the talent, I came in with the hunger, the competitive nature. He like, all right, you nice, but I know what you can be. So he been molding me ever since. Like, you know, it's a battle, you know, because it's two egos,
right,
you know, trying to work together, but we make it work though.
Yeah. Do you feel that your move to North Philly from Uptown influenced your musical sound?
Oh,
because I know North can be a little rough.
I lived up 18th and Ontario, so that's between Allegheny and Erie Ave. First of all, in school, that's actually when I started rapping. I went to Gretz High School. Shout out Gretz, go Bulldogs, all that. I started rapping in high school, whatever, right? How it started, I didn't even want to take this seriously. This was just for fun. I used to write a lot. This girl who was in my class, she watched me writing and she snatched my notebook out my hand, like, what you reading, you know? And as soon as she said that, everybody was looking at me like I was a piece of meat, and they was like bloodhounds, like, spit something right now, like, you scared, all this stuff. And I had a decision. I could either be like, no, and, you know, crawl up into a little ball and just keep writing, or I could take that fear out and, you know, face it. So when it comes to living in North Philly, like, you gotta face whatever's coming at you, because you can't run from it, because there's so much stuff going on in one place, you know. So I would say, like, when it came to being brave and like facing my struggles, North Philly definitely tough.
Let's do it. All right, so how do you separate yourself from other music artists, and what makes your sound unique?
How do I separate? I like to say that I represent, like, the youngins who from the street, but not necessarily the youngins who, like, was involved in the street, you know. I was more so the person that witnessed everything, and, like, when the OGs, you know, who was trapping or whatnot, or like people who were successful but, like, you know, still involved in trying to help the struggle, like, they was telling me, like, that's not the way to go. So the people who was in it and the people who weren't in it, they was both telling me, like, no, youngin, go this way, like, stay in them books, keep finding a way to do something else, because this ain't it right here. Like, something that my pop always told me was, when it came to him trapping back in the day, it was because when he opened that fridge, there wasn't nothing in there. And he had like 3 kids to feed. Like, you're not gonna sit there on chills, you know? Like, you're gonna do whatever you gotta do to put food on that plate. So, me trying to live that lifestyle is kind of hypocritical, because I don't, you know?
Right.
Yeah, so,
Keep it real.
yeah, so, you know, I'm just really true to myself, and I represent, you know, if there's any people out here listening that feel like they can relate, then, you know, I'm your narrator, your voice, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah, true.
So your love for hip hop is definitely, like, visible. We can definitely see it. So I just want to know, what does hip hop do for you overall? Good question.
Honestly, hip hop gives me a reason to want to be successful. Like, when I was in high school, I was, like, always, you know, smart. I guess I was on honor roll or whatnot. But, like, I kind of, like, figured, like, I'm about to go to college. Like, I don't know what I want to do yet. Like, there was nothing else that really interests me enough to where I want to pursue it. Until, you know, I grabbed the microphone, started rapping on stage, start seeing people pulling their phones out, start seeing people, you know, trying to keep a straight face but cracking a smile because they can't help it. I like that feeling, because you don't know what people going through. Like, you don't know what people see on a day-to-day basis. If anything could relieve that for a moment, it's always music, and it's something that I love. And, you know, hip-hop is a genre that derives from the struggle. Like,
Say it again.
He's 19. You are very wise. You are very wise.
Some of these kids don't even care.
But you sound like me talking to my sisters. Like, you're real wise.
Yeah, I appreciate that. That's humbling. But yeah, and also hip hop is a gladiator genre. Like, it's a sport. Like, that's where you can be competitive. Like, yeah, I'm nice. What you gonna do about it? Or like, you may think you this good until you hear me. Like, you know. So I love to compete. You know. And if I can use my big, like, you know, I talk a lot. As you can see.
There you go.
So I got something to talk about. Why not do it on the beat? You know.
How does it feel when you have to deal with an audience who are not exactly your peers?
I don't want to be cliche or nothing, but it's like better than any drug. Like, just straight up. Like, to be able to get on the stage and just feel like that, and just feel the vibe that you're getting from crowds, and it's a vibe like, I know what you're talking about. I relate to what you're saying. Like, and it's also making me want to dance. I don't know you, but I'm comfortable enough to get out of my comfort zone the first time I see you perform. Like, that's something that's real dope. Like the feeling of just seeing people like wave their hands to something that you wrote, it's kind of hard to explain, but it's like an exhilarating feeling. And sometimes I black out because it's so surreal, and I would have to ask my bro, like, yo, like, did I do this on stage? Like, did I make the crowd do that on stage? And he'll be like, yeah, it just don't feel real sometimes.
I want to know, you know, artists, like, what do you do to keep yourself relevant? Your music, you know, your style, do you follow trends? I want to know.
Do you use blogs?
Which I can see you're different. Nice attire, things like that, you know, a nice reflection on your music. So, I want to know.
Like in terms of blogs and, like, you know, just how I stay relevant in general.
Yeah, your music, your style, everything, the whole package that makes an artist.
It's crazy because me and my bro was just talking about this. We was listening to Fab. Shout out Fab. Summertime was straight up.
Oh, I love that. No, it really was.
Yo,
like, fabulous. With the whole board mix and everything.
Yo, we was listening to that all the whole trip. The whole trip.
Yeah. Like, I love that song.
Was ill. But
perfect song.
Yeah. Perfect.
Dang, I almost forgot what you asked. No, it's cool. But alright, so we was talking about how the reason why Fab has so much longevity is because no matter who else not listening to him, Brooklyn is always going to be down for him. Like, New York in general, because he caters to that. Like, Fab is one of the rappers who go back to their roots, and that's what hip hop is about. That's the key to longevity. That's why people felt Big so crazy, Pac so crazy. All Pac talk about was the struggle. Like, he talked about stories about people's baby moms, like Brenda's got a baby, like, just, you know, I ain't mad at you. Keep your head up. Like, people are struggling out here. Everybody don't got no Benz. I know I don't got no car at all. Like, it's some people that's living in their mom's basement trying to find a way to, you know, get to the top while, you know, trying to stay motivated. Like,
my question for you, Eli, is where do you plan on taking your career? Like, where do you see yourself 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now? Where do you want to be as Eli Capella?
I want to be alive, first and foremost. Straight up. It's crazy out there. I definitely want to perform in front of, like crazy crowds, like large, like fill up the stadium crowds, you know? Because it's just that feeling right there. That's something, like, that's what I think about. Like, I think about the bigger picture every time when it comes to this music. Because at the end of the day, like it's deeper than me. Like, music is its own person. That's what my homie H told me. Shout out to him. He's engineering this mixtape actually, you know. So we be rapping, and like he said, music is its own person. Like, you always wanted to make a great impression on everybody. So like, I'm shooting for longevity, of course, and I'm shooting for a crazy support system in the environment where I could be myself. Like, I don't gotta, you know, sell out for nobody, you know.
Sweet. Alright,
Alright, so who are some artists you would want to work with, and what's your collaboration process? Like when you choose somebody to work with, like what do you want to see in them as far as like delivery?
Alright, I'm gonna give you like kind of in categories, like from like new up and coming artists to like artists who are established. I'm gonna start off with my man J. Cole. When Drake first came out, Drake was one of my favorite rappers. Until I heard J. Cole's first album, like that joint's crazy. I was going through a lot at that time, and like his music like helped me to get through. So like if you listen to my music and like you hear like a little J. Cole influence, don't doubt that. Like J. Cole is dope. He's great with music. He's great with, showing how he feels on tracks, and people can relate to that, as you can see. Like, he sold out the garden,
Seriously.
Like, newest artist, that boy Bryson Tiller.
Bryson Tiller is nice.
Very talented, like, real talented.
What was that?
Don't.
We gotta update her and stuff.
Don't.
Listen to Trap Soul. That's all I gotta say.
Don't.
Oh, that nice little.
Why can't we be out in the open? Why aren't we in a square right now? Why aren't we talking to people?
What's good? It's your boy Eli Capella, repping Item 9 Ill Pandemic. Shout out to 5 girls in the mic. Had an incredible time at this radio interview. Much love.
My pearly white smile like heaven, praying for my foes while they play my deception. Always on my toes, but I'm never half stepping. Half breed machines.